I have discovered that many young people get to the point in their life where they feel so stuck and they don't even know their next step. But one day they will be walking down the streets, probably maybe they will be watching TV and doing something without even thinking about their problem. And all of a sudden, an idea just drops into their mind that why don't you take this skill very serious? Why don't you start this business? Why don't you start recording the music that you've always dreamed of? Guess what? These people will never take this impression very serious. And it's almost as if that every time this idea keeps creeping into their conscious mind, but these people will never take the idea very serious. But let me explain something to you. We have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and these are two fundamental facts in psychology that describe two different levels of understanding. What you have to do is that before any individual will succeed or in any endeavor, whether academics, whether relationship, your social life, in all aspects of your life, including your financial life, what must happen is that there must be a point of intersection between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And the conscious mind describes the awareness, what you are aware of, what the reasoning power of the mind, what you are doing at that point in time. And it describes intentionality, right? But the subconscious mind describes impressions. It talks about your thoughts. That is where your thoughts are heavily embedded in, and your intuitions. For you to enter into a serious level of prosperity in everything that you do, there must be a point of connection where the conscious mind and the subconscious mind comes together. That is why we tell people to practice meditation. They should engage themselves in anything that will calm down their nerves. Let me tell you something. I remember there was a point in my life where I think when I was in first NK University, we were about to write our second semester examination, and there was an order from the president that because of COVID-19, all school activities has been halted until further notice. So we all came home, we moved to our various homes, and we wrote the examination online. So I just decided to take up a job opportunity and trying my possible best and easing the financial burden of my parents. So while I was involved in that job, around Kasua New Market there, while I was engaged in that job, my mind was, what can I do so that the financial burden on my parents will reduce? One day I was working and an idea just dropped in my mind. I wasn't even thinking about that problem at that point in time, and that idea just dropped into my mind. And I was like, why don't you write a letter to the Dean of Students seeking for financial assistance? The pressure was so much on me that I planned not to do it. And the idea just came again. Do you stand a chance to lose anything if you write this letter? No. I was working now and I was like, okay, let me do it. Let me write the letter. So I talked to a friend and I told him that this is what I want to do. The friend was already a MasterCard scholar. So I made up my mind that let me talk to him, and so that when I'm writing the letter, I will address the letter to the MasterCard Secretariat and the Dean of Students. I made up my mind to do the letter too. So I took a book and 1 week I tried to draft a letter. I did everything. I wrote the letter and I attached my first semester result slip to the letter. And I made it in two folds because I'll be sending one to the MasterCard Secretariat and one to the Dean of Students. I wrote the letter, I went to the post office and I sent the letter. Guess what happened? 3 weeks later, I was working and I had a call. Please, am I speaking to Mr. Samuel Ofosu? I was like, yes, please. This is the Secretary of the Dean of Students. And please, we need you to submit your admission letter, letter of recommendation, your WASI certificate, and they mention about 5 documents to submit when I'm coming to school the following year. That was me getting to second year. And I tried my possible best to get all these documents. I moved to my secondary school, Accra Academy, and I got all these documents. To cut the long story short, do you know what happened? When I got to campus and I moved to the Dean of Students office, already I have saved the lady who called me, I've saved her contact, and I went to the office. And he told me, and I told him that, oh, I'm Samuel Ofosu. I wrote a letter to them seeking for financial assistance. And they'll say, oh yes, right now we have 2 scholarships available. One is Educational Pathway International, and one is EduZone something. For MasterCard, I didn't really hear from them, because as part of their requirement, you are supposed to get the scholarship to be an applicant before you enter the school. So they gave me these 2 scholarships, and so I had to apply to each, and I applied to Educational Pathway International. They asked me whether I should pick one, and I told them I'll be applying for the 2. Yes. So I applied for EduZone and I applied for my Educational Pathway International. Guess what happened? One just picked. What I'm trying to tell you is that anytime that you saturate your conscious mind with a problem, what you are doing is that you are igniting the subconscious mind to come up with ideas and solutions. The unconscious mind is where your thoughts and your intuitions and things that you've seen but you've not taken it into consideration, they are all heavily embedded in the unconscious mind. That is the subconscious mind. Anything that you do that will ignite the subconscious mind, it means that you first have to dominate the conscious mind with a problem, so that as you are moving, your unconscious mind behind the scenes will be bringing up solutions back to you. Many people don't understand this, and that is why you suffer. Many people understand this strategy in the creative industry. Ask people who write songs, ask people who write novels, ask people who do script writing, ask people who are storytellers. These people, architects, graphic designers, video editors, these people understand this principle, that before we can come out with solution, we need to tap into the ability of our subconscious mind. And that is where the other side of you lies. That is where you can get to your true potential. Many people will never understand this. For you to get to the other side of your life, there must be a meeting point where the conscious mind and the subconscious mind comes together. And that is where you'll be successful. Thank you for watching this video.